Well, based on what you've accomplished so far, we can make some easy extrapolations, some projections. You will continue to pursue and achieve academic excellence. Learning will always be on center stage throughout your life. You will show compassion for the needy and the victims of injustice. You will not accept apathy or helplessness. You will respect and cherish the environment. You have experienced too much of the natural world, whether it's the beauty of a coral reef or the towering canopy of the rainforest, to turn a blind eye on its destruction. You will accept differences among people, whether it's color, ethnicity, or religion, because you have discovered firsthand that these differences are superficial and insignificant. You know we're all one people, and after all, we're all from Africa. Now I would like to make a few suggestions to make these projections come true. Passion. Oh, how I love passion. Keep passion in your life. Be passionate about something. Passionate people are dynamic and interesting. Trust yourself. If you have to convince yourselves of something, it's probably not right. Don't sit back. Make things happen. I was sent a joke the other day, and I'd like to share it with you. It seems there was a down-and-out person who was praying to God. The person said, "Oh God, please let me win the lottery. My family is hungry." The lottery comes and the person doesn't win. The person prays again, "Oh God, please let me win the lottery. My children have no clothes." Again, the person doesn't win. The person prays again, "Oh God, please let me win the lottery. We're about to lose our house." This time, a bright light fills the room and God speaks. "Help me out a little. Buy a ticket." Make things happen in your life. Don't be a spectator. Expect the unexpected. Greet change with a sense of challenge and adventure. One thing is for sure, that this is neither a projection nor a prediction. The world is going to change. Be positive. A cup half full can still quench your thirst. Notice beauty every day. Whether it's music, art, or nature, take a moment to reflect on something beautiful. It rubs off. Keep things simple. Simple solutions to complex problems are a sign of genius and win Nobel Prizes. Keep perspective. No matter how much you want to put yourself in the center of the world, remember that you are part of a much larger system controlled by the laws of nature. Cherish friends. As part of my advanced bio final exam, I asked my students a simple question: what is life? I read great explanations of the RNA world, the idea of panspermia, life arriving from outer space, of amino acids coalescing from a sea of cosmic ooze. But the time when you felt the most alive, it seemed, was when you're with your friends. And now the last word of advice: add more passion. So what now? Where to go from here? Robert Frost, in his poem, The Road Not Taken, said, "I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." I say don't always take the well-traveled or less traveled by, but make your own roads. Strike out on your own. Take pride in being the class of 2000. No other class has had that distinction. No other will have it again. Know that your teachers, your parents, and friends are here to support you on this next journey. And lastly, this world may be too small and this community too large for goodbyes. Let's hear hasta luego, Auf Wiedersehen. This is a tough one. Say cien. Salamat tinggal, jumpa lagi. Until we meet again. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, members of the Board of Directors, parents, teachers, students, and of course, the graduating class of 2000. It is my honor and my privilege to add a few brief farewell remarks to this ceremony. I believe it was Shakespeare who wrote that fortune does not favor the faint-hearted. This quotation comes to mind as our graduates go forward into the world to seek their respective fortunes, individual unfolding tapestries in which hopes and plans are wonderfully interwoven with hazard, accident, coincidence, and chance. Like the great explorers and adventurers of the past, you, the graduates of the year 2000, embark on your individual journeys well prepared. The sails are trimmed and the vessel is well provisioned. The unknown and the uncharted stretch before you like a yellowed antique map, calling you forward as explorers have always been called forward. You set forth from loving homes with mothers and fathers whose own hopes and aspirations have supported and nourished you. You set forth having had the opportunity of an excellent education, knowledgeable and supportive teachers, and caring classmates. You have learned how to think for yourself, to make rational and well thought through decisions. In short, you are well prepared for the journey you are about to make. The sails are indeed trimmed, and the vessel is well provisioned. My favorite poet, T.S. Eliot, wrote, "Home is where one starts from. As we grow older, the world becomes stranger and the pattern more complicated of living and dead. Not the intense moment isolated with no before and after, but a lifetime burning in every moment. Love is most nearly itself when here and now cease to matter. Here and there does not matter. We must be still and still moving into another intensity, a further union, a deeper communion. Through the dark, cold, and empty desolation, the wave cry, the wind cry, the vast waters of the petrel and the porpoise, in my end is my beginning." Home is, of course, where we start from, and the world does become stranger as we grow older. The pattern does indeed become more complicated. And for all of us who are members of this school community, even those who, like myself, are recently arrived, ISKL has become an inseparable part of that extended sense of home. Most of our graduates entered kindergarten in the mid-1980s, and then you became part of a rhythm of readiness. Your teachers remember you when you first came into school anxious and confused, perhaps unwilling to release your mother's hand. As the USSR boycotted the Olympics in Los Angeles and Bishop Desmond Tutu won the Nobel Prize, you learned not to hit people, to play fair, and to share your toys. And suddenly, and it was suddenly from your parents' perspective, you were ready for the first grade. You struggled with two-digit addition, and the Challenger space shuttle exploded on takeoff in front of an audience of millions. As you wrote your first book report, the world wrestled with the ever-growing AIDS epidemic. As you learned how to write cursive sentences, a medium-sized city in Russia called Chernobyl became a household name, and the terror of nuclear meltdown swept through Europe. As we grow older, the pattern does become more complicated. And then again you were ready for second grade, and as you made the move, the democracy movement in China and hundreds, perhaps thousands of students were crushed in Tiananmen Square. And as you were introduced to fractions and decimals, the Soviet